You know, it wasn't predestined as far as like executive producing a film and having it in cinemas, but certainly what was important to me was leaving a mark. I felt like if you're going to do something in life, you must leave a mark. Let future generations or future family members of yours look back and be able to see where they come from and who they are related to. I took my lineage very, very seriously, and okay. I studied about the McGregor clan way back, and that gave me motivation to understand that I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing what I should be doing. I'm fighting in the modern era compared to where my family were fighting on the Scottish Highlands way back, defending against the English invaders. So that was something that was important to me always, to leave a mark and obviously have film documented. I knew what I was doing was something different. I was doing something different. I knew that, and I knew I wanted it to be documented and see where it goes from there. Did I see this?
You don't know.
I don't know. I saw something. I had some sort of vision, and thankfully, as I grew older, it formed before me. For me right now, important is legacy, leaving my legacy behind, leaving a footprint, letting the world know and the future world know, this is what I done when I was on planet Earth. And then, of course, with my son, Conor McGregor Jr., the legacy continues.
Absolutely.
And it keeps going.
But what's really nice, though, I suppose, is that we see a vulnerable side to you as well, that you were emotional when you won the featherweight title. Did you want everybody to see that, or did that just happen organically?
Well, that fight was the most emotional I've ever been, because it was even though I unified the belt, that was the interim belt, they call it in the game, and then a couple of months later I unified it against the actual champion, Jose Aldo. But even when I unified it against Jose Aldo, I wasn't as emotional as I was from the original one. The original one was the first time I strapped UFC gold. You have no idea how many times I've been told, I'll never do that, or never, let alone win the belt, even win a fight, even get signed. I've been told I can't and I won't so many times that when it finally happened, and after the camp that I went through to get there, I was emotional. As far as like, I didn't care about cameras or who was around me at that time. It was just, I'm glad that they were there to capture it. It was a great moment to capture, but I was just letting the emotions take over.
Conor.
Yeah.
Over here.
Where?
Right here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was asking you on Thursday about his right hand. You said, I felt when we stared down, I felt his right hand was twitching, which was a subtle tell for me. He is ready to unload that right hand, and I feel that could be a downfall for him. If he lets that right hand go, I will not be there. I simply enter the way I enter, and that is enough. They either overextend or they shrink away, but either way it is not good for them. I will create traps and dead space inside that octagon, and I will walk him into that dead space, but all of a sudden he will be in danger. How do you do that? How do you predict these?
If you can see it here, and you have the courage enough to speak it, it will happen. So I see these shots, I see these sequences, and I don't shy away from them. A lot of times people believe in certain things, but they keep to themselves. They don't put it out there. If you truly believe in it, if you become vocal with it, you are creating that law of attraction, and it will become reality. I knew he would overextend, and I knew I'd catch him. So Mystic Mac strikes again.
You know, I only have one goal in this. I'm not in it for the fame. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the accomplishment. I wanted to be world champion since I was a little kid. I wanted to win the Olympics, win the world championship. And I used to watch Sugar Ray Leonard fight, and I'd go put on my black trunks and tape up my hands and come in the kitchen and throw a bunch of punches in front of my mom, tell her I was going to beat up Sugar Ray someday. And that wasn't to get on TV, and it wasn't to get money. That was, I want the belt. I want to be world champion. I want, you know, one day, one moment, one night, best in the world.
I just put the work in. You know, I don't slack off. 365 days a year, 24/7. I'm getting better. You know, that's what it's about. This game is about growth.
And that's what it's all about for me. Every day, that's what I think about. You know, I think about the new guys coming in. I think about the current guys that are here, the veterans. And you got to beat them all. You got to be ready to beat them all. Every style, every guy, every man alive. if you want to be a world champion.
I love proving people wrong and proving my support right. That's what it's about at the end of the day. You know, this is all fun and games to me. I love it. I love my job. I whoop people for truckloads of cash. How could I hate this life? I love it so much. I am grateful every single day.
I don't even know why people even ask me, how do you get motivated? I am motivated like I am blonde. I know that I deserve to win and that I'm the best at what I do, and I don't know, it just goes back to when I was a little kid. My mom would put me in the corner and be like, sit there and think about winning. And she would like purposely get me to like focus and not to be distracted and like learn how to focus myself.
You always want to set a goal, and then set your little goals to achieve the big goal. And you know, being consistent and being driven, and good things will happen.
My goal is I want to be, you know, undisputed pound for pound the best woman in the world in mixed martial arts. And there's a lot of people that are skeptical of that, but, you know, I've made history before and I'm not, you know, this isn't the most insane thing I've tried to do.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Improvise, adapt, and overcome, and that is what I've done.
I know that the more stress there is and the more crazy the situation is, the better that I am. So I don't consider it a bad thing. You know, my adrenaline's pumping and, you know, I'm thinking about a million things. There's so many things going on, but I'm so focused because I'm so sure that that's when I'm at my best.
Make no mistake, I am cocky in prediction. I am confident in preparation, but I am always humble in victory or defeat. It's never personal. It can be cruel, it can be ruthless, but it is never personal. So one by one I will eliminate the rest of them and make all my money and get out.
Can't waste any time. If you watch this video, you're watching right now, and you're motivated by something I'm saying, change your shoes, get out the door right now. Don't waste any time. Don't do it tomorrow. Don't, if you got a habit, you want to drop your habit, drop it right now. Don't think I'll do it next week. Don't wait for a resolution of some sort. Don't waste any time. Start right now.
Would you doubt me? You probably did. But would you doubt me now?
Happiness is one of those things. It's like, how do you benchmark it? You know what I mean? It kind of fluctuates, and
it's like hunger. I mean, it's something that's goes in and out. It's always there.
But happy as fuck is a good answer.
Yeah, but this is something I've cultivated for a long time and avoided things that make me unhappy and figured out what those things are and been very rigid about eliminating them from my life. And one of the big ones is eliminating interactions with people that are negative. That is gigantic. And because I've realized that I'm not really as independent as I used to like to think I was. I used to like to think that my thought process was independent and that I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. That's nonsense. People say that because they absolutely care what people think and it bothers them. So they say, I don't give a fuck. But that I don't give a fuck stuff is almost entirely nonsense. You do care. And you care in both ways. You care if people are critical of you, care if people are positive of you, but you also care if people are living positive lives and they're motivating you. That's a big one. People are fuel, and other people, it's one of the reasons why I like talking to people, one of the reasons why I like to do podcasts, because I get a lot out of, you know, like just talking to you about your time in the monastery or your push to get to that 100 miles. Like, you get energy out of people like that, and you think about this energy and you think about this inspiration when you're doing other things. And it also sets in your mind that when you meet these exceptional people that move you, like, what are the characters, what are the qualities that they have, what are the characteristics that they possess, and those things become significant and important to you. Camaraderie, love, family, friendship, struggle, testing yourself, learning, all those things are imperative. They're all a giant part of being a person.
I love it.